Hey everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today we're going to learn about 15 subtle signs of attraction. Now, let's begin. Number 1, unconscious drifting. Hey, do attractive people have their own gravity? If someone finds you attractive, you might notice something strange. Alright, let's say you and someone you like are standing across from each other, and over time, you notice the other person is inching closer. It's almost like they're drifting toward you, entering your personal space. Is drifting a subtle sign of attraction? Well, when you're attracted to someone, your brain wants to close the distance between you and them. It's kind of like a magnet. An attractive person pulls you to their side. The stronger the attraction, the stronger the magnet. So if you notice someone drifting in your direction, then look for other signs of attraction, because it's rarely a coincidence. This person may be trapped in your gravitational pull because their brain finds you irresistible. Number 2, intensive listening. When you talk, do they listen? Some people are naturally active listeners. They ask good questions, and then they stay engaged with every conversation. But there's a big difference between active listening and intensive listening. Intensive listening is a common sign of attraction because physical desire increases the value of language. Just think about what happens when an attractive person tells a joke. If you find that person attractive, then you might laugh even if the joke itself really isn't funny. The same thing happens when they express opinions, they tell stories, and they give compliments. You react to every word out of their mouth because your brain thinks they're the most interesting person in the world. That's what intensive listening feels like. But how do you recognize when someone else is intensively listening to you? Well, you need to watch how receptive they are to the jokes you make and the opinions you express. Are they excited? Are they passionate? Are they invested? Do they respond thoughtfully, emotionally, and honestly? All these reactions can be signs of intensive listening. They're fully engaged with the conversation because there's nowhere else they'd rather be. Number 3, the copycat. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. If someone likes the way you speak or behave, then you might notice these copycats borrowing your mannerisms. Maybe there's a particular phrase you like to use. All of a sudden, you hear another person using that phrase, and they're not trying to steal your thunder. In fact, it's exactly the opposite. They're imitating you because they're attracted to your quirks. They incorporate those quirks into their own life because they want to get closer to you. Now, the same thing happens with body language. If someone is attracted to you, they'll imitate your gestures and movements, and in the right context, physical imitation is a subconscious display of admiration and attraction. So whether they're stealing your slang or they're copying your quirks, this person could be attracted to you. Number 4, probing questions. What conversational cues signal physical attraction? Well, personal questions are a big one. Just think about the conversations you have with strangers. You talk about the weather and the news, and you find common ground discussing easy subjects and common knowledge. But what if you want to get to know someone better? Well, then you ask them a personal question. You might explore their interests, their passions, and hobbies. You might ask about their history or their lifestyle, but you only ask these questions when you want to strengthen your connection. So pay attention to these probing personal questions. People rarely investigate intimate subjects for no reason. They're asking about your life or they're telling you about their own because they want to know you on a deeper level, and chances are they find you attractive too. Number 5, sneaking peeks. When you're attracted to someone, all you want to do is stare at them. It does sound creepy, but it's completely natural. Just like your body is drawn to attractive people, well, your eyes are too. That person makes you feel something special. When you look at them, your heart flutters, your breath quickens, and you feel like staring at them forever. So what does it mean if someone is staring at you? Well, they're staring because you're the object of their affection. They don't want to look away, but they also don't want you to catch them staring. Every time you look in their direction, they may turn their head. They're trying to hide their attraction, but they're sending their message loud and clear. They're attracted to you. As soon as you look away, they may try to sneak another peek. Number 6, the safe touch. Physical touch is an obvious sign of attraction. Most of the time, it's far from subtle, but not everyone uses physical touch the same way. In the early stages, you may use small points of contact to gauge the other person's interests. All right, let's say you gently place your hand on someone's back, or you brush their forearm with your hand. These subtle gestures, let's call them safe touches, express romantic interest without totally giving yourself away. Safe touches can develop chemistry, they can break the touch barrier and signal romantic interest, so keep an eye out for these little points of contact. Number 7. Crossing paths. Are they intimately involved in your life? Do your paths cross more often than most? If someone has feelings for you, they may worm their way into your world. They'll visit your favorite places, they'll make friends with your friends, and they'll create opportunities for your lives to intertwine. They might say, "Oh, what a coincidence," each time you see each other, but it's not a coincidence. This person worked their way into your world because they want to get closer to you. Number 8. Consistent conversation. When you're attracted to someone, time flies when you're alone together. You can talk for hours without missing a beat because neither one of you want to do anything else. When the attraction's mutual, you're both interested in each other, so the conversation flows both ways. You want to learn, share, and laugh with the person sitting right there in front of you, and they want the exact same thing. Number 9. Declaring trust. How does trust influence attraction? Well, not every subtle cue revolves around physical attraction. You may feel drawn to someone because of how they make you feel. When they're around, you feel comfortable, secure, and safe. You trust them with your emotions, and that trust creates a powerful emotional attraction. Listen for phrases like, "I feel comfortable around you," or "You make me feel like a more confident person." These phrases, in combination with other cues, can be a sign of romantic attraction. Number 10. Sitting nearby. We know that physical proximity can be a subtle sign of attraction, but how do you know when someone is trying to get closer to you? Well, here's an easy test you can use to gauge how someone feels. Let's say you're eating a meal with a group of friends. You have a crush on someone in the group, but you're not quite sure whether or not they find you attractive. When you sit down to eat, pay attention to the seating arrangement. Who sits next to whom? If someone is attracted to you, then they'll sit as close to you as they can. They'll take the seat beside you or right across from you because they want to be near you at all times. Number 11. Tongue-tied. Why do you get tongue-tied around people you like? Well, to put it plainly, attractive people make us nervous. When you like someone, you may forget what you're going to say or stumble over your words, but you're only flustered because you're excited about the other person. But it does work both ways. Someone else may be flustered and tongue-tied because they're excited about you. Number 12. Restless gestures. When you like someone, your body and brain generate restless energy and channel that restless energy into one part of your body. Have you ever seen someone who can't stop tapping their fingers or shaking their legs? Well, these people can't stop moving because their bodies are overflowing with restless energy. Ideally, you feel confident and secure around the people you like, but in the early stages, restlessness is common and natural. So keep an eye out for these restless physical cues. Tapping fingers and shaking legs may be signs of romantic attraction. Number 13. Being there. When you need someone, do they come running? If someone is attracted to you, they may go out of their way to make your life easier. They want to strengthen your connection, even if that means sacrificing their time. Yeah, it may not sound like much, but the strongest sign of attraction is simply being there. So if someone chooses to stick around, they like spending time with you, they want to be near you, and they may be hoping for something more. Number 14. Physical adjustments. You want to look your best for the people you like. You want them to find you attractive, so you may make small adjustments to your appearance like moving your hair or fidgeting with your clothes. You may catch someone else doing the same thing. If they're worried about their appearance, it could be a subtle sign of attraction. But the key is repetition. If they make 1 or 2 adjustments, it probably doesn't mean anything. Sometimes your hair and clothes have a mind of their own. But what if they're making adjustments every few minutes? They're likely self-conscious about how they look and they're worried about their appearance because they really do care what you think. Number 15. Singling you out. Has someone ever singled you out? When someone is interested in you, they may find opportunities to be alone with you. They like spending time together, so they want to interact with you one-on-one. When you're alone, they may ask you probing personal questions or try to deepen your connection, so pay attention anytime someone singles you out. If they want to be alone with you, they may see you as someone special. Hey, thank you for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.